and welcome to that scene. When it was first released in 1987, Predator didn't make much of an impact with critics.
General, my team always works alone. You know that.
But 30 years later, the tide has turned, as many of those same critics now hold up the original Predator as a standard bearer among action films, considering it among the best movies of the 1980s. Fans are eager to see what Shane Black does in the new 2018 film, The Predator. The excitement about the new film has gotten fans interested in looking back on Predator. Here are 11 things about Predator, a few of which may surprise you. 11. Arnold was bodybuilding during filming. Arnold is muscular in Predator, and part of the reason he was so muscular was because he'd be working out on set while filming in the jungle. Arnold made sure the production had the proper equipment, no matter the expense.
Okay.
Actor Bill Duke said, "Before we shot every day, Arnold and his trainer, and all of the big boys, they got up an hour and a half before breakfast and trained." 10. The actual Predator suit was really tough to act in. The late Kevin Peter Hall, who played the Predator in the first 2 films of the series, had a tough time battling with Arnold during filming on Predator. On top of the fact that the suit was uncomfortable and heavy, Hall was unable to see out of the costume, meaning he had to learn the movements of not just his character, but anyone else in the scene he was acting with. 9. Shane Black was killed first for a reason. Shane Black had a small role in the film as Hawkins, a commando in Major Dutch's crew, who gets killed very early on. It turns out producer John Davis, who is also producing the new sequel reboot for Black, wanted Black's writing skills more than his acting skills.
Major, you better take a look at this.
Did you find Hawkins?
I can't tell.
Shane had recently written Lethal Weapon, which turned out to be a huge success. Unfortunately for Shane, he was more interested in acting in Predator.
Please!
8. The cast dealt with hot temperatures and lots of sweat. Actor Bill Duke played Mac in the film, and he revealed what the cast dealt with temperature-wise while filming in the jungle. Namely, it was hot as hell. We're talking about hot heat and humid heat. We're not talking about 80 degrees. So you're carrying your body weight, you have clothing on, and then you're crawling through the jungle on your stomach, and there are coral snakes, and spiders, and scorpions, and a lot of different things. 7. Production took a break so Arnold could marry. The crew was on location and filming in Mexico for a few weeks in April 1986, but everyone took a break toward the end of the month, so Arnold could get to his wedding to marry Miss Maria Shriver.
That's not your style, Dylan. Guess I picked up some bad habits from you. Now get your people the hell out of here.
6. Jean-Claude Van Damme was supposed to play the Predator. There are some differing accounts of why Van Damme was fired, but either way, he did not make it into the final cut. Whether it was the uncomfortable suit, his height, or the fact that Van Damme wanted the Predator to kickbox. You gotta stop kickboxing. Look, the Predator's not a kickboxer, Joel Silver, a producer on the film, said. Van Damme would later work with his action film buddy Arnold in the Expendables series. 5. There were bugs everywhere. Filming in the jungles of Mexico helped give the film a realistic feel, but it wasn't all scenic waterfalls and pretty landscapes. It was raw jungle that we were running through when we were in the week rehearsal. Recalled dealing with quite a few crawling critters during the course of filming. 4. Carl Weathers would get in secret early morning workouts.
Inside, baby. Side to side. Move your head.
Watch him now, watch him. Right, remember, he's got 2 hands, right? Damn, man, what the hell are you doing?
After this fantastic performance in the Rocky series, as Apollo Creed, another one of the 25 most physically dominating villains in film history, Weathers became the first choice of the producers to play Colonel George Dillon in Predator. While working with actors as big and muscular as Arnold and Jesse Ventura, Weathers wanted to make sure this physique could stack up. He would wake up, sometimes as early as 3 a.m., so he could work out without anyone seeing him.
It's a real nasty habit you got there.
3. The cast of the film had 2 future United States governors.
You really think this Boy Scout bullshit's gonna work?
The actors who played Dutch and Blain ended up becoming governors in the United States. Arnold, of course, went on to becoming the governor of California, while Jesse Ventura, who played Blaine Cooper, became the governor of Minnesota following his acting and wrestling career. 2. The idea for the film was inspired by a joke about Rocky IV.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. The making of Predator, screenwriters Jim and John Thomas got the idea for the script from a joke about Rocky IV.
I must break you.
The premise of the joke was that, after Rocky defeated all the big opponents he could take on, the only logical move for the series would be for Rocky to face off against an alien in the next film. 1. Arnold took a beating while making the film. Arnold has been known to do a lot of his own stunts for his films, but Predator took things to another level. I took more abuse in Predator than I did in Conan the Barbarian. I fell down that waterfall 40 feet and swam in this ice-cold water for days, and for weeks was covered in mud. Said Arnold. Thank you for watching. We hope you liked our video. Please be sure to subscribe and tune in for more new videos on new films. Take care.